Good morning, Tippy. I hope that everybody is doing well. Now, I want to get straight to the point with this video. So, today's June 20th, and I give myself until the end of the month to lose 5 pounds. I'm not going to state my weight, but that is my personal goal. This video is all about movement. I have, 10 days, and I'm trying to lose 5 pounds. I know that that might be a big number to lose in 10 days because it's literally like what losing 2 pounds a day. That's a lot. So, but that is the goal. That is what I'm sticking with. If I don't make the 5 pounds, I wouldn't be devastated, but I definitely want to see the scale move in a downward, direction. So this video is gonna start off with me actually walking the dogs. If you see the weather behind me, it's kind of overcast and cloudy. I don't see me being out here for very long because the rain is threatening. But like I said, every opportunity that I get to move, that I'm gonna take it. Every opportunity. So like I said, if this is the video, this might be the video for you if you want a little inspiration, moving your body. So let's go. Let me first introduce you to my babies. Santa. Hi, Santa. Good morning. Good morning, baby.
That
Morning.
that
This is Santa boy. Santa dirty right now. Santa is about 7 years. Come, Jet.
socializing.
Jet. Jet. Come here, dog. Come, mama. Come, mama. Come, mama. Oh, Lord. Come here. Come, baby. Hello. Hello. Say hello, mama. You're dirty and wet. Oh, gosh, dog. Come, mama. Come. 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 Let me go and walk. Come. Come. Don't jump up on me either. Y'all, we have to cut this jog very short because guess what? Like I said, the rain coming. All right, so this on my face is not sweat, unfortunately. It is water. Like I said, I didn't even make 500 steps before the rain came down, but that's okay. And I'm not going back when it stops because literally I have to go to work. Nevertheless, I just wanna be transparent for a little bit. So I have neglected. Let me go as far as to say neglected my health for a very long time, and I have decided that I'm going to be very proactive about what I do regarding my health. One of the things that was more or less like a wake up call for me is the fact that last year, whilst training for a walkathon, which would have been my first walkathon, I discovered that I had a heel split. And having this weight is not helping my heel. So as much as I could, walk a little faster, even do some jogging for short distances, because of the issue that I'm having with my heel, I have to be very, very careful about how much pressure and what I do because I don't want to exert too much pressure on the heel to make bad matters worse. But my physician did advise me strongly that I could help out the situation by losing a significant amount of weight. And the goal, and I'm pacing myself too, but the goal is to lose a significant amount of weight. Now, I know at the beginning of this video I mentioned that I wanted to lose 5 pounds by the end of this month, and I have 10 days to accomplish that. And I'm working very diligently, very, very hard to accomplish that. So, in this video, I am going to show you very briefly some of the things that I'm eating to accomplish that goal,
that
and also some of the workouts that I'll be doing. I'm not recommending that anybody do what I do, eat what I eat, do the types of workout that I do. I know what I am capable of, but like I said, the only advice that I'm willing to give is move a little more if you can. If you are physically able to move, and maybe your goal is to also, maybe not lose weight, but be better where your health is concerned, and that might involve moving, move. And when nutrition is concerned, because as much as I want to lose weight and I'm going to be doing some workouts and different things, what you put in your body is perhaps more important than the physical exercise. So my advice to you is take whatever inspiration you can from this video to treat your body better by eating better and moving a little more. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and of course if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and cheer me on in the comments. I will give you updates as the days go by, because this video is going to take some days to film. But by the end of this video, I hope that I can report that I have accomplished my goal. Right? Mama, let the mama look at you. You're wet and dirty. You're wet and dirty. Alright, you guys. So a big part of fitness, obviously, is diet. And this morning, I decided to come to the market to pick up some stuff that I would need for the week that would be in keeping with my diet. So let's go shopping. She there? You get my crystal now?
Yeah. I use it not so far, but watch me. So much. So much vodka.
But the fries are nice.
Gub, gub.
How does that sheen red so?
That is the red stem. And the pest are different. You never buy that?
I never see that.
You don't hardly get it. That is true. Hardly get it.
But could make a choice now.
This 1 week on.
Wow. Well,
Like creams also. Cream, so now what you call it? That one.
alright, you guys. So we just came back home from the market, and I want to show you what I bought. And also, because this channel was originally supposed to be for me to show you my passion, which is actually cooking, I think I will show you as well what I'm gonna be cooking today, and maybe we could cook together, so stick around for that part of it. I think if nothing else, I will be showing you how my take on callaloo, today being Sunday. I'm definitely gonna be making callaloo because I've been craving some callaloo, especially with crab in it. I haven't had that in a long time, and so I want to be doing that today for sure, for sure. So stick around, see what we bought, and also see how I make my callaloo, and maybe you could try my recipe and tell me what you think. You guys, so of course some cane juice here. I also bought some bananas for smoothies, some ripe ones that I'll be using like this evening, tomorrow please God, and I bought some that not so ripe that I will have later on in the week. And of course, as you can see clearly, some eggplant here, some cucumbers, dashing bush, soursop, seasoning over here, some water crystals that I hope to use today, pumpkin, pimentos. I bought this honey from the guy, some ripe avocados as well. And in the seafood line, I bought some conchs for my husband because I'm not a big fan of this. I bought some catfish for fillets. Let me tell you something about this catfish. I don't typically like catfish, Oh, and I wouldn't buy it, not really. But the guy who I usually buy the kingfish from, because kingfish is my favorite fish, he convinced me to buy some. As a matter of fact, he gave me some. And he was like, you wouldn't regret it. And lo and behold, I did not regret it. So I went back and I bought some catfish because it really is like amazing. I think this here is ancho, some crab, and my husband already seasoned up the kingfish because I told him I needed to get some kingfish for today for sure, for sure, for sure. I bought some provision. I never saw this before, the dashing red. So apparently they imported this from St. Vincent. Some sweet peppers and some beetroot. Those are the stuff that I got in the market for today. Now let's go and make some callaloo. All I'm doing now is itemizing the ingredients that goes into my callaloo. Dasheen bush, of course, okra, of course, pumpkin, carrot, onions, garlic, pimentos, fresh seasoning, so celery, chive, and fine thyme. And we can't leave out the hot pepper. For additional flavor, I add salt, coconut milk, you could use fresh or packed milk, a little piece of golden ray, some sugar, which is optional, black pepper. Once all ingredients are added, boil your callaloo. Then add seasoned crabs to the callaloo about 15 minutes or so before the callaloo is done. Then remove the crabs again from the callaloo so that you can easily blend or swizzle it. And then marry both crab with callaloo again so that you can enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. So there are two things that I mentioned at the very beginning of this vlog. One is that I am doing what it takes, everything that is in my power to ensure that I manage my health and my wellness going forward. And the other thing that I mentioned is that I am on a countdown until June 30th to realize the targeted weight that I have for myself by the end of this month, right? And I also mentioned that I had 5 pounds to go. Now, there are some things that I would have implemented in order to realize that goal. Today is Monday, 23rd of June, which means that I have exactly 8 days to go, today included, right? But one of the things that I would have done is swap out juice. I swapped it out for tea. Also, where possible, I might make a cup of turmeric tea or ginger tea using the actual fresh fruit. I might make some peppermint tea, um, some orange peel tea, some fever grass tea, anything that I can get my hands on. I would turn that into a cup of tea, like I said, without milk, without sugar. The other thing that I did is try to choose a sensible breakfast and dinner. So instead of having, as much as possible, instead of having like the sandwiches, um, the doubles, the sahina, the bagani, and these are the things that I like. And these are the things that sometimes I feel like I don't have a choice to purchase because my lifestyle, my days start very early, and not all the time I have the time to create something healthy at home. But now, when you are on a fitness journey, you have to carve out the time to meal prep and do all of these things in order to realize your goals. So what I've opted for instead of grabbing those things is to make sure that I do like a little shake or something, right? Because I like options. I don't just limit myself to like a smoothie or juices for morning or dinner. Sometimes I would include things like salads, boiled eggs to get the proteins in. I might do some oats. I might, if I do a sandwich, I try to make it as healthy as possible and even cut down the portions because I am not trying to starve myself. That is definitely not something that I want to do. Um, but I want to make healthier choices, not just with the items that I choose to eat, but also with the quantity. So, how's my eating otherwise? Real food, but in smaller portions. I may not cook with oil, I may not brown the sugar with oil, but I'm eating my stewed chicken. I may not curry the chicken with oil, but I'm currying it anyway, and I'm eating the curry chicken. So I'm eating real food, but in smaller portions as well. I'm eating my beans, I'm eating my meats, I'm eating the rice, the provision. I am using flour, but I'm not eating flour every day like I used to. So that is something that I definitely cut down on. And sugar is another thing that I cut down on significantly. So those are the two things that I definitely carved out of my diet. As much as possible, I don't use those items, sugar and flour. But everything else, the rice, the provision, the peas, the beans, the chicken, the whatever, I do use those things. I want to show you a drink. This is something that I would have bought in Price Mart. I bought the entire case. This is just flavored water. This is something that I drink instead of juice now, as much as possible. Or sometimes, if I don't have this on hand, I would add like berries or mint leaves, cucumbers, and different things to my water, and I would have that with my food instead of having juice. So, those are some of the things that I would have implemented so that I don't depend heavily on the sugar. So, what about movement? Now, because of the work that I do and the lifestyle that I lead, I am forced to sit a lot during the day. So that can be considered like a sedentary lifestyle, right? I have a step tracker on my phone, and sometimes at the end of the day, when I check, the only movement that I would have made is like to 500 steps for the day, and that usually means that I went to the bathroom a couple times for the day. Right, but like I said, the job that I do requires me to be sitting a lot during the day, so I have to be very intentional about moving. And we all know that movement helps to balance the calories that you burn versus the calories that we took in during the day. We don't want to be sitting with just the food that we had and not moving at all. So I have to be very intentional about my movement, and so I try to make moderate movement that sometimes looks like parking further, walking up the steps, walking the dog, that kind of thing. That is that is good and fine. But also, I try to do a little intense workout, meaning that I hit the gym like 3 times per week or thereabouts. So it could be more, could be less, depending on the week and how it goes. And at the gym, I have the option to do cardio, strength, even aqua training, aqua fitness. So, and I usually would work out for like half an hour to an hour per session. So I make it a habit to hit the gym. And as a matter of fact, I want y'all to stick around because I will be taking you to the gym with me a couple times this week. If someone were to ask me if I'm seeing results from what I'm doing so far, I would say yes, and I wouldn't be lying. And just an additional tip that I follow for myself would be to stay hydrated. Um, Water is essential, so I try as much as possible to drink water. Drink water, drink water, drink water. I drink water all the time. Another thing that I do is try to get some rest and relax. And that is so key, so important for me because I am the type of person who's always, always, always on the go. Always on the go. So I try as much as possible to prioritize rest as much as possible. Sometimes during the day, if I can, I will definitely, just take some time off for myself, just to shut my eye, even if it's for like 10 to 15 minutes. Right? I'm not sleeping, but at least I'm relaxing and resting my eyes because my brain is constantly on the go. So it is one of the easiest way for me to get some relaxation in as well. And the other thing that I try to do as much as possible is to manage my stress level. And so hence, and y'all are helping me with that actually, because YouTube is actually a new hobby of mine. It's something that I've wanted to do for a very long time and finally got the courage to do it. And so I'm doing it and I'm enjoying myself. And the feedback that I would have gotten from you guys so far is amazing, and I love that. Right? So you all encourage me to do the videos, and it's something that it is my way of having fun. And also it's pushing me outside of my comfort zone because I'm actually being forced to go outside and to do things, take in some sunlight, do some things that are just for the sake of pure fun and relaxation. So I want to thank you all for that. And yeah, so like I said, I'm hydrated, I'm getting my rest, I am taking care of myself as best as I can through movement and through food, and I'm also, did I say stress management? Trying to manage my stress and do all of these things. And you all wouldn't understand. All of these things put together positively impacts your health and definitely has an impact on your appetite and your metabolism as well. And as I promised, I am taking you guys with me just to see some of the activities that I do in the gym. I'm doing things that I didn't know that I could do, and I know that I'm getting stronger. I'm actually eager to go to the gym to get this workout in. Now let's get this workout in. So, you guys, I have exactly 7 days left, including today, in order to attain this goal of losing an additional 5 pounds by the end of the month, right? I had to weigh myself because I wanted to kind of give you all an update as to where I'm at with that. So, the last time I weighed myself, it was 3 days ago. Between that time, day 10 and day 7, and remember, this is a countdown. I am happy to report that I would have seen the scale reduce, and I'm 2 pounds lighter, you guys, and I'm really excited. So it means that for the next 7 days, I have to accomplish 3 pounds. I have to lose that 3 pounds. You all would have seen a killer workout yesterday. I had such an amazing workout, and I was so proud of myself that I still decided to come out the house, hit the gym, even though it was pouring rain, pouring cats and dogs. I just want to show you very quickly what I am eating this morning, because like I said, after such an amazing workout last night, you don't want to go and mess things up by eating poorly the next day, right? So just let me show you what I have for breakfast this morning. All right, so this is what I'm having for breakfast. I literally just steamed some kingfish. I have the 2 kingfish tails here that I steamed with some carrots, onions, and okra, and that would be my breakfast for this morning. And for lunch, I mashed some sweet potato. I have some broccoli here that I just steamed with lemon peppers and salt, and I have some barbecue fish that I did in the non-stick pan this morning. And as for my fruit for the day, remember I told you guys I'm not really a fruit person, but I don't mind eating a soursop. So I took half of a soursop this morning. This is what I'm having. I'll just be eating this as is, and of course, because I told you guys I cut off the juice. This is what I opted for, my vitamin water, and this flavor obviously is acai berry and pomegranate. It's not a bad choice. It actually kind of tastes good. So yeah, this is all that I'll be consuming for the day. Not for the day, at least until lunchtime when I get home. I don't know what I'll do for dinner per se, but whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna keep it light and I'm gonna keep it healthy, of course. So we eating right and we moving. As a matter of fact, even though I had gym last night, I will be heading to the gym again tonight. So
Arch your back a little more. Push his back, shoulders back a little more. Guys, this. Want to go to the sea then? Is it? 15. There you go. 15. First, we gotta do it.
oh my gosh. Now listen, I don't know what it was about picking up this camera and recording this for you all. I don't know, maybe I did it for myself, but I decided to bring you guys on the journey with me. And I picked up the camera 10 days ago and I was like, telling you all that I wanted to lose 5 pounds before the end of the month was out. And for some reason, just having picking up the camera caused me to have this extra drive. And I am so happy, so proud of myself even to report that not only did I lose the 5 pounds that I wanted to lose, but I also, well, I lost an additional one, which brings me to 6 pounds down in 10 days. And that was the goal, as you all saw, for the past 10 days to lose this weight. And I actually was able to accomplish that. I'm so proud. So I don't know about you, but I am all about celebrating the small wins, and I see this as, I'm not even gonna call it a small win. I'm gonna just leave it as that. It's a win. It's a win, and I think that every win deserves some kind of a reward. And so I decided to reward myself, not with anything big, because I mean this is just the beginning of my journey, and I didn't want to go too crazy. But I decided that I was going to reward myself, and I just want to show you very quickly what I decided to reward myself with. But before I even go into what it is I bought for myself as a reward, I just wanted to say why rewarding myself is so important. I think that for me, a reward is a good motivation, and well, like I said, it helps me to keep my head in the game, and it causes me also to continue to build the confidence that I have and continue to form positive habits to continue on this journey, because definitely I'm not gonna have people in saying, in my section all the time saying, Ray, you need to work out today, whatever. Sometimes you have to push yourself to do what needs to be done. And I think me celebrating the milestones for myself, as small as they might be, is one such way to help me to continue developing this habit of eating right and working out, so that I can see the results that I want to see in the long run. I'm already beginning to see the results, and I'm loving that for me. But I want to continue on this journey. And so I decided, girl, listen, reward yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with rewarding yourself. So I want to just quickly show you what I got for myself as just a little reward for a job well done. And this is the first thing that I bought. I definitely wanted some Epsom salt, and I saw this Dr. Teal's Epsom salt in Pennywise, right? I thought that this was something that is good for me on this journey, because definitely when you are working out a lot, you tend to have, a lot of muscle fatigue and tiredness and whatnot. And from what I understand, Epsom salt is one such thing that you can use to help to relax your muscles after stress. And what I like about this Epsom salt in particular, I didn't even know that they used to come scented and with essential oils and all this fancy thing, but I was happy to see it because I like anything that smells like a spa. So like peppermint, eucalyptus oil, lavender, vanilla, all of these spa-ish scents, I kind of like that. And so when I saw the eucalyptus and spearmint, I was like, definitely need to get my hands on that. But then, as I continued in Pennywise, splurging, I might add, I saw also the Dr. Teal's Relax and Relief Eucalyptus and Spearmint body wash. And I mentioned earlier on in this video that sleep is something that I want to prioritize. And I feel like a body wash that smells like this will definitely not just help to relax my muscles, but to elevate my mood as well. But not in a wake me up kind of way, in a more, I think it will help me to de-stress. If you know what I mean. I think it will help me to de-stress just before bed. And what do I want to say? Like true aromatherapy, these scents like eucalyptus, like I said, the peppermints, the different thing helps you to, yeah, the stress through, because of its aroma, it's very calming, right? And I think that this body wash just before bed is definitely the thing that would help me to have the right mindset for bed, for rest, for relaxation. I think that definitely would serve that purpose. But I'm also a Olay girl. I love Olay. Love, 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 love. And I never had the coconut before, and I like scents like these. You know, it's not very it's not too strong and obnoxious. It's also a very calm scent as well. I like these kind of gourmand scents. So definitely decided to give this a try. And so yeah, that is my little self-care reward for losing my, well, 5 6 pounds in the 10 days, but my overall goal was met for the month, and I wanted to lose 10 pounds. I'm down 11. Y'all, this is the end of this video. I am asking that you leave a comment. Give me some tips. I'm open for tips. I will not entertain disrespect, for sure. But I don't mind um useful commentary. I don't mind some tips. I don't mind the sharing. I don't mind those things. So go ahead and leave me a comment. And yeah, tell me if y'all wanna see more fitness videos. I don't know how open I am to that, but I kinda but yeah. Let me know what y'all think, if this is something that you definitely want to see more of. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue my journey in private. And yeah, maybe one day I will update you guys and have even more exciting news. So, like I said in the very beginning of this video, if you were looking for a little motivation as well to move your body, hey, go right ahead. See y'all in the next one.